Once upon a time, at the edge of a large forest covered in lush green grass, there was a small ant colony. This colony was the home of the busiest and most cheerful ants. The ants would wake up early in the morning, work hard all day, and return to their nests in the evening. The forest was vast, and there were many things to explore. Right beside this ant colony lived a large turtle. The turtle's name was Tamara. Tamara was a turtle who moved slowly compared to the other animals in the forest and often spent time alone. Because she couldn't move quickly, most of the forest animals didn't pay much attention to her. However, Tamara lived peacefully and happily in her own world. One day, under the golden sunlight that glistened through the flowers in the forest, a little ant named Minnick came out of the ant colony. Minnick was different from the other ants. She was hardworking and always on the move, but deep inside, she longed to see more of the world. Exploring new places and making new friends was her greatest dream. As Minnick wandered the forest that day, she noticed Tamara. Tamara was sitting on a rock by a pond, watching the sunset. Minnick had never seen her so calm and peaceful before. Ants usually didn't like to be so still and slow. They lived in a world where everything was fast-paced, where one had to finish one task quickly and move on to the next. But Tamara's serene presence caught Minnick's attention. Minnick, gathering her courage, decided to approach Tamara. At first she was a bit shy, but eventually she reached her. "Hello, I'm Minnick. I wanted to meet you," said Minnick, a bit timidly, but also full of curiosity. Tamara looked up slowly and smiled gently at Minnick. "Hello, Minnick. I'm Tamara," she replied. "I noticed you were watching me. That's a nice way to approach someone." Minnick, a little surprised, said, "I was just curious. Why are you so slow? Everyone in the forest moves so quickly, but you always take your time." Tamara smiled softly and said, "Sometimes being slow can be a good thing. When I move slowly, I get to see everything around me more closely. I don't rush through life because I want to enjoy every moment." Minnick thought about Tamara's words. Maybe being fast wasn't always the best. Rushing through everything could mean missing out on the beauty around you. From that moment on, Minnick began to want to learn more from Tamara. Every day, Minnick left the colony and wandered around the forest. Each time, she spent more time with Tamara. She learned that moving slowly allowed her to appreciate nature and everything around her. One day, Tamara showed Minnick a flower she had never seen before. This flower only bloomed early in the morning and filled the entire forest with a beautiful fragrance. Minnick was amazed by Tamara's careful and patient way of seeing the world. One morning, Minnick noticed something strange. The weather had turned wild. Heavy rain had started pouring, and the paths were being flooded. The ant colony was in trouble. The ants were panicking and quickly trying to leave their homes. Minnick didn't panic, but she started to feel upset seeing the other ants so anxious. Minnick decided to find Tamara. Her calm and peaceful nature might help in this chaotic situation. When Minnick found Tamara, she explained the situation and asked what they should do. Tamara said, "Sometimes the best solution isn't to rush, but to take a deep breath and observe the situation calmly." Minnick remembered Tamara's words, and instead of panicking, they started looking for a solution together. Tamara suggested, "For little creatures like us, the best solution is not speed, but finding the right path." Together, they climbed the high rocks along the water's edge and found a safe way to reach the ant colony. After experiencing this adventure with Tamara, Minnick realized how valuable Tamara's patient and wise approach was. Together, they had overcome a tough situation, and Minnick had learned so much. Their friendship was growing stronger. From that day on, Minnick always spent time with Tamara, exploring the forest and discussing the meaning of everything they discovered. Minnick had learned that rushing wasn't always the best way, and that sometimes, by slowing down and moving with purpose, one could live a more peaceful life. She also learned to appreciate the slow and steady approach that Tamara had shown her.